Hi viewers, welcome you once again to Micro Learning. This is again Shailaja along with you. So today we are moving to the 6th chapter, a very interesting chapter which you have already learnt in commerce. So let us go into the 6th chapter. It is banking, an interesting topic. So we shall proceed with the lesson. So today we are going to see from 6.1 to 6.3.1. That is a little bit of history of banking, how the banking system came into existence, and a part of the commercial bank. So let us go into the historical part of it. When we talk about banking, what comes to our mind? It's about finance. Without finance, banking system cannot function. So finance is supposed to be the blood. How for a human body blood is very essential, same way finance is supposed to be a blood for trade, commerce, anything. For any purpose money is required. So finance plays a very important role. Okay, to whichever you can apply it to any sector. For everything we need finance. So who is the provider of these finance? A bank. Okay, they give all financial assistance towards the people. So here the first banking function is supposed to be accepting deposit, and then from that they give away loans. Always remember, first they take the deposit. Commercial banks takes the deposit from the people, that is they accept the deposit from the public, and from that particular fund only loan is being granted towards the people, towards the customers. So first function is accepting deposit, second one is lend loans. So banking sector is supposed to be the backbone. So we saw finance is supposed to be the blood. Here we are seeing the banking sector playing a major role as a backbone, because how our human beings backbone is very important. Same way banking sector is supposed to be the backbone of any type of trade or commerce or banking system. So a banking system contributes to the development of a country. So if the banking system is functioning very well, a country is in boom position. So let us go to a little bit of history of banking. Let us see some of the banks which came into existence, and here on the screen you can see Riksbank of Sweden. It's supposed to be a private bank which was started in the year 1656, and it is supposed to be the oldest central bank in the world itself. Okay, and it acquires the sole right of note issue. They have all rights, that is the sole right, the only person who can issue notes. That is in 1897. The functions of art of banking have been developed by Bank of England. Okay, even though Riksbank of Sweden started private banking, but a little bit of modification and stylishness was brought by the Bank of England in the year 1864, and it was the first bank of issue. So this is the history. Now we have few more informations. A large number of central banks were established between 1921 to 1954. Okay, these are supposed to be the financial institutions which lend money towards the public. So here the first one is South African Reserve Bank, established 1921. Central Bank of China, 1928. Reserve Bank of New Zealand, 1934. Reserve Bank of India, 35. The Central Bank of Ceylon, 50. And the Bank of Israel, in 1954 it was established. So this is a question regarding Indian banking. So the Central Bank of India, we call it as the Reserve Bank of India. In 1935 this was established. Next we are going to see about how the banks merged during that time. Not only now we had the beginning itself, we had the merging of the banks. So the first Bank of India, which is the first Bank of India? Bank of Hindustan, which was established in 1770. Under whose rule? Under British rule. And here we can see banks under the presidency. First one is Bank of Bengal, next one is Bank of Bombay, and the third one is Bank of Madras. And you can see by the side it is given, the years are mentioned over there. They were called, all these were called as presidential banks. These banks have actually merged. That is, they got together and they became one bank in the year 1921. They called it as Imperial Bank. Okay. Later on, it has changed its name in 55 as State Bank of India. So, the first banking system is called as the Bank of Hindustan, started in 1770. And on the screen you can see 3 banks, presidency banks, Bank of Bengal, Bank of Bombay and Bank of Madras. All 3 has merged itself in 1921 and changed its name into Imperial Bank of India. Later on it was changed into State Bank of India. So I hope you are clear regarding this. The next we are going to see about the commercial banks. First, let us know what is the difference between RBI and commercial bank. Okay. RBI is supposed to be the central bank of our country, and every commercial banks come under the RBI's rules. So RBI lays down certain rules that the commercial bank has to follow, especially in the lending process as well as accepting deposit process. So the interest rates will be fixed by the RBI. So on the screen you can see some of the commercial banks: State Bank, Bank of Baroda, Canara Bank, IDBI, etc. All these, there are many banks. A few have been on the screen for you, commercial banks. So what is commercial bank? Commercial banks are the institution that make short-term loans to business, and in the process it creates money. That is, it is creating short-term loans, and in the process it is creating money. That is, it is making money. So it is giving away short-term loans, and after a while it creates money of its own. Next one is, what are commercial banks? Commercial bank refers to a bank which specially deals with deposits and loans. So all of us know what are deposits and what are loans. So deposit, the bank accepts the money that is given by the customers, and those money are given back again in the form of loan. That's the service rendered. So they do not provide long-term credit, as liquidity of assets is to be maintained. So what do? They do not provide very long-term credits. Okay, they give them short-term credits as such. Now what is the functions of commercial bank? Commercial bank is supposed to be an institution that conducts business. And what is a businessman's motive? It's a profit. Same way, commercial bank also aims for profit. It accepts deposits and it is lending loans, and for various for investment purposes this finance is being used. So what is the functions of commercial bank? 2 functions: primary function, secondary function. Now on the screen you can see primary, secondary and other types of function. These are supposed to be the functions of commercial bank. So let us go into the first 2 functions, that is the primary function and secondary function. So under primary function you can see it is accepting deposit and it is advancing loans. So always remember, it accepts deposit from the public, and in turn what does it do? From that particular finance the loans are given towards the public. Now what is a secondary function? Primary is supposed to be the basic function. Secondary function is above the primary function. First one is agency function. Next is general utility function, transfer of funds, credit creation. When we talk about agency function, it has many roles to play. Okay, like payment of bill, collection of fees, and all these are a few examples of agency functions. General utility service, the requirement of the customers. Third one is it transfers funds from a bank to the other. And the last one is credit is being created. Here you have a worksheet. Name the oldest bank which has established in 1656. During which period there was a large number of central banks established. Name some of the central banks established all over the world. Which is the oldest bank of India? What is commercial bank? Name the main functions of commercial bank. So go through the slides once again and write down the answers for the first worksheet. So those who are watching the channel for the first time, please like, subscribe, comment and share your views to Micro Learning. This is Shailaja again, once again signing off from all of you. Thank you.